them. They've traumatized me and my people so much. It's, I don't like white people in Ziggy. They've not given me a reason to like them. They've traumatized me and my people so much.
Okay, glory, glory to the eternal living God. Blessed be the God of your life, the God of your creation, the God of your existence, for he loves you, for he cares you, and he stands above your life, asking, waiting for you to let him come in. Glory, glory to the eternal, forever living God. Okay, we got a little bit of topic. I wanna put my brothers and my sisters in the proper details and context before I can even talk a little bit about the subject.
I'm telling y'all that Africans and Black Americans are not the same people.
Africans and Negroes are two different peoples. Race and skin colour are really a red herring. We all think that all black people are the same, basically, but they're not. Africans and Negroes are different. They have a different skeletal structure, different skull shape, and one interesting thing is African people, real Africans, cannot grow hair like Negroes can. So African men cannot grow beards. All right? African women cannot grow afros. Right? It's a very powerful thing if you see real African.
So let's make sure all the facts is out there in the public. Let's make sure we're not the same people. We don't have the same skull. We don't have the same physiology. We don't have the same skull structure or skeleton structure. Black people are able to grow beards on. We can grow full beards. Black people, we grow afros. Africans cannot grow no afro. Just put that on the table right now. They can't grow no afro. They can't grow no beard. We don't have the same density of bone structure, of same type of phenotype. We're not the same people. Y'all have to keep that in mind. So the question is that I woke up to this morning time: should Africa get reparations? That was the question. You know what I'm saying? And you know your brother Israel already covered this topic 2 weeks ago because I was trying to warn y'all what the Africans was doing. All your brothers and sisters, about 2 to 3 weeks ago, we hit the internet and we told you what their plan was. Y'all wasn't paying attention. But that's all right. That's all right. Because I've sat up here and I thought about it for some time. And as far as in the claim, when you get in a car accident, don't I sound like one of them damn commercials? When you get in a car accident, can a person on the outside of the accident just come up and say, oh, you hit my car too? They wasn't even a part of the accident. It's two people involved in a car accident and one of the persons are wrong and they have to pay, you know what I'm saying, for the damage of the other person's car. That's one person's claim. You know what I'm saying? That's one person's claim. How can another person from an outside source just come up to the same claim and be like, oh, yeah, I was involved in that accident, too. So black folk, we feel a certain type of way and we have every right to feel that way about what Ghana is doing. Why we got to feel that way? Because in the 1910s, what was Ghana? We were still talking the same thing about reparations, if you know that or if you don't, because we've been fighting the United States government for the past 160 years over this matter. The tribute, the reparation, the reparatory justice being paid to your people to be repaired. Not just compensation, but I also told y'all it's a power. It's all about power. And they don't want to relinquish that power. They want to sit up here and say, we don't have it. We don't have it. What did your brother say about making African American people, so-called black people, tax exempt? What I tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? So in the 1920s, where was Ghana? Talk about reparation aiding us, since they have so much to say about us and to use us in their conversation to even bring it to be on the same playing field. The only way that they could ever be on this playing field is to gather our information and use us. You know what I'm saying? And use us. And we as black people, we don't want to be used. We don't want to be used. 1930s, what was that? Nowhere to be found. Now, I understand in 1959 they gained their independence from France. I understand that. But in the 60s, your people was still up over here marching for justice, equality, and rights. We was over here marching for liberation. Where was they? You know what I'm saying? They wasn't here in the 60s helping us. They didn't even say anything. In the 1970s, where were they? We were still here in America talking about reparations, fighting for reparations. Last time I checked, it got so bad in 2000 when the police was killing our people because the race soldiers went out on a whole campaign because Obama was president. So they took that out on the black community. I don't know if you was alive back then, but I was. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen death, murder after murder after murder after murder after sanctioned death from the sanctioned murder from the police just because Obama was a president and that man sat back and did nothing. So it was so bad here in America with all your people, all the grassroots movements stomping the pavement, stomping the ground, stomping it wasn't just Black Lives Matter. It just wasn't Black Lives. This wasn't just something that accumulated over time that initiated over Black Lives Matter. No, this was way before that. We've been marching and stomping. You seen what they did to John Connor. They set him up with the white girl. You know what I'm saying? And you seen that bill went on the wayside. You know what I'm saying? They tried to tarnish our brother last. They tried to, we seen our brother, and I know I don't have his name right, but his last name is Connor. He stood on the reparations for the P40 for 40 years. And white people used a white girl to sit up there and tarnish his name to get that bill rescinded, to get that bill pulled from the Senate. 2000, it got bad. We actually got the UN. And remember, we don't have no ambassadors. We trapped up here in America. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no dignitaries. We don't have no ambassadors to send to the U.S. But our plight was so much known worldwide, it actually meant to the UN. And they called it a crime against, they classified it as a crime against humanity. That was 2000. 2002, 2004, all the way leading to 2008. So now when you see Ghana, they labeled it as something different. Okay, we're a crime against humanity of chattel slavery that we endured in this country because it's unlike any systems of slavery ever done in modern time. Hands down. Hands down. Ain't no other group on the face of this earth can ever say that they've been through what we have been through in America as people. Hands down. Hands down. They sit up there and talk about, oh, I don't want to compare pain. We gonna compare some damn pain. We gonna compare some damn struggle. But back to Ghana. They say Ghana got the UN to classify it as a grievous crime against humanity. Those are two different things. Those are two different things. We don't like the fact how they ride in our coattail like that. We really don't like that at all, not even a little bit. And if you have your own feet to stand up on, you should stand up on your own feet. You know what I'm saying? You should stand. But to be honest with my people, to be completely honest with you, we win no matter what. We win no matter what. Because God always used something that was used to put us down, to take us out, to bury us under, to lift it. He always used these same things to lift us up. So we win, however we look at it, we win in this. You know what I'm saying? It's a win for us. No matter how we look at it, it's a win. It's a win. But when people start using our plight to sit up there to forward their causes or their agendas or whatever they trying to do, they wrong for that. That's why the rest of the African people in Africa was looking at Ghana like y'all some scammers, y'all some scam artists, y'all disrespectful. They said, however we feel inside, because you got to understand, we have writers in Africa. We got a gang of, you got to imagine, Africa really pays attention to us. And just like I'm a content creator and I talk about everything, I talk about the world, I talk about everything. Africans is over there, content creators talking about us and they love us. So we seen what they said about what the Ghanese people are doing far as reparations, and they did not like it. However, we feel they feel the same way. That is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Why you gonna wait till 2026? Out of all the years we've been up here protesting for reparations, all by ourselves. All by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? The last 160 years. that let me know, however you was living in your country, you was living good. It tells me, however you was living in your country, you didn't have no overt and covert systematic oppressions and systems set up to force Guyanese to the bottom of the damn country. You don't have anything like that. And why black people are mad? Because the Guyanese were complicit in slavery. They was the ones, you know what I'm saying? They was the ones. But like at the beginning of the show, I showed you, we're not the same people. I got a little bit of time, but for me to summarize what happened to your people, I have to take a lot of stuff out because I don't have that much time like that. For instance, we were in the interior of West Africa after we fled from our homeland. Remember, we're not the same people. It's easier for any tribes of Africa to single out one group and get that group out. So you got to imagine, in the interior of West Africa, it was over 100 million Negroes. It was 100 million of us. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Even though we were on the west of Africa, we had different tribes around. The 12 tribes of Israel was around it too and blended into Africa. So we wasn't just there, but that was the main part of where our people was after we fled from our homeland of Jerusalem. We fled because the white people ran us right up out of that place. And when they start building ships, the first thing they thought about is the niggas who got away. So they came and got us, you know what I'm saying? Because they got ships. The same white people who put your people into slavery is the same white people, their great grandparents, their forefathers is the same ones that chased them out of their homeland. Now they finally got us, like I've been telling y'all, you know what I'm saying? White people been trying to get us for a long time. They finally got us because now we're here in America and they finally got us. You know what I'm saying? What did the Bible say in the world? You will be in the land of your captivity until the last days. You will be found in the land of your captivity in the last days. Who is a captive that is in the land of their captivity to this day? Who? Black people. You, your grandfathers, your grandmothers. So when the Guyanese people come up over here and they start talking about, we want reparations. You heard what they said. Oh, we don't want no money. Oh, we just want our artifacts. We just want our ancient artifacts. But you still had to attach yourself to our trauma just to try to fight for what you want. It's not our fault that your kings and your chiefs made horrible agreements to sell all your artifacts worth billions of dollars to the Masonian institutions and stuff. We didn't tell your great grandfathers to do that, but y'all was complicit in slavery. So y'all the wrong people to tell us anything or even try to assist us. If anything, instead of trying to come, oh, we gonna be at the forefront of the reparations movement. I'm the king of the reparations movement. You should have been apologizing for black people for being so damn complicit and enslaved. Y'all the ones who build up those amino dungeons and put our people inside of them and shipped them all the way to North America. Y'all still profit over those slave dungeons. Y'all call them castles, a dungeon. Y'all still profit off of them damn dungeons all the way to this day. You know what I'm saying? All the way to this day. And y'all want to sit up here and attach yourselves to us and y'all sold us as slavery? Disrespectful. Disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Then they was sitting there and they said, oh, well, we brought the NAACP out here. They with us. Them Negroes we don't like them. If you ask the common black people, we don't even like the NAACP because they never fight for us. They sit up over here and fight for migrants, immigrants from another country. They put all their blood, sweat, and tears on the immigrant, making sure they have all the allocations of Americans' finances. They do. The National Black Caucus, them niggas is all foreign black people. If you look at the National Caucus right now, and you see all them black people sitting on the seats, about 70% of them are foreign black people. So that let me know they don't have so-called African American interests. They don't have none of our interests. And they have shown us every single time when reparations was put on the hot seat in San Francisco, and San Francisco was willing to pay every black person $1.1 million for the grievous acts of slavery and history and everything that all the oppression has been done to our people. And our sorry ass caucus gonna sit up there and say, oh no, that's not good enough. So they ain't never did nothing for us. So if talking to real black people is the only way you gonna get no answer. And us as the people, we don't agree with nothing that the NAACP stand for really like that, or the National Black Caucus. We really don't, because they don't support us like that. And we know that. So we see y'all just like they say about y'all, how y'all be scammers, how y'all come to this country and y'all scam, and y'all known for scamming in your own country. That's how we looking at y'all. But we looking at y'all like y'all trying to scam us, and we not going to let that happen. We going to fight with every single thing that in our side of our body. So when I looked at the question earlier this morning time that was raised, are you okay with Ghana having reparations? Would you vote for it? I would vote no for it. In fact, they need to pay reparations because they was complicit in selling slaves. They the reason why we over here. You know what I'm saying? They one of the reasons. They just like white supremacy in this country. They just like covert and overt racisms, systematic racism in this country. That's how we looking at them.
More than 50 nations. How do you feel about those? Thank you.
So I would like to comment on the reasons they gave. They sought to create the impression that the time for negotiations have been short. The president of Ghana served notice last year in September when he delivered his address at the 80th session of the General Assembly. Immediately thereafter, we put together a broad-based coalition, including experts, academics, researchers, historians from all regions of the world. And we commenced negotiations. In the history of the United Nations, this has been a resolution that has gone through so many rounds of consultations. And even the duration for this consultation